So you guys, Rebecca told me, come right back live. So Rebecca, here I am again. Um, I was thinking of the song by Pink Floyd. Is anybody out there? Because I didn't know when it actually went down. I know Rebecca. Well, the connection went crazy. Bailey never barks. So there was a monster in the machine somewhere along the way. And am I pretty clear now? I'm going to tell Adam. I'm going to tell Adam he did it. Oh, Rebecca. See, Bailey's right back at my feet again, just as content as can be. So I don't know what that was. Really don't. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a live thing. On days that Casey needs recharging and he needs a relaxed day, which I wish my relaxed day was that I meant that I want to be cleaning. And there's part of me in my head I want to, but you know how we are, Rebecca. There's only so much we can do. So, I did make my bed in case he got at me for it because who would know? I would never have known when I cleaned houses that just being in my 50s, it would hurt to take off pillowcases and put pillowcases back on. That hurts my shoulders. I know. I tell him that. And the past few days, looking into the spirit and stuff, that's really, I told him that's taxing on a person's spirit. And, him studying and seeking God. Kid, do you belong to Casey now? I had to come back on. I got
the internet dropped.
Oh, okay. So the internet dropped. Your Uncle Traci, did you hear her carrying on? That was at your Uncle Traci. Huh?
You know what it is.
I told him if he would give her a good girl bone, that maybe she would get used to him. Casey, she laid there forever before she would eat that bone. Rebecca told me to come back on.
My sweet baby.
Would you lock that back door? Hey, Leticia. I'm back too. Casey, even in Casey's room, it dropped, so it was not just mine. I was telling them, Casey, I wish my relaxation was cleaning.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna get started here in probably about another hour.
Okay. I hope when Casey gets up there and there's cubbies that he finds my photo albums that are gone. Hi, Sanwana.
When's the last time she's been out?
I took her before I started this. You can take her again. She might have. We love you too, Sanwana.
I love you more, Sanwana.
Did you hear Casey? He said he loves you more, Sanwana. Yeah, Leticia, I guess I need to get out one of my last year planners and read what I was doing, a year ago today. And like I told somebody, I said, I could tell you what I was doing just for curiosity. I'm going to restart my coffee because you guys know my motto. I talk my coffee cold. But I'll just warm it up with some more coffee. Oh. But what I'm going to do and I don't know if you were in here for my little thing, Rebecca. Yeah, I mean, it made me a little sweater thing so it would stay together so I would not have to take off my spaghetti strap. Very, very comfy pajamas. And I love this sweater. So this was one I did not donate because it's got some bling. And I told Casey, I said, well, it's got coffee cups. So yeah, I kept this one. I actually think I just needed to get up and stretch my legs for a minute. Yeah, you know, Leticia, I don't know. I think sometimes people need to know the person behind the product, if that makes sense. Now, a lot of people will probably think, oh, hers is just a blog, she's not doing anything. And right now, I am, but I'm not. I did throw a little bit of watercolor on my, and I have it today. I still have what I did yesterday, and it's kind of my motivation when I do this because it's sitting right here beside me. No, thank you. Yeah, Kimmy. Casey even said his went down, so I'm not gonna. Oh, Adam. I said I'm gonna blame Adam. Adam did it. I love Adam. Adam did it. But I've seen other people they do their, they sell jewelry. But just like with Rebecca, when they do their interviews and stuff, you get to see, oh wow, I would have never, I would never thought that. And of course, Casey is always just Casey, no matter what he does. He's he's toned it down some because, for like he says, God doesn't, he doesn't, what would convict everybody of the same thing. So some of Casey's earlier stuff, he has always loved joking with the ladies have always loved Casey. I'm glad, Cricket. That was on me. But, Casey's pretty much transparent, and he always has been. But now it's almost when he goes live during the preaching part, there is a whole different, Casey going on there. And, so when Rebecca, her and Jewelry Nurse, and they do those videos, and you get to see, you're like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. Because when you just see names, a lot of people don't share, but the interviews that started up, people will give you a little bit more of themselves. And I've noticed on here, and I was really surprised one day, Samwana, and yeah, you're still here, Samwana, that, even on the church channel, Samwana, you opened up about Nikki, and that was something that, you talked to me about, and it stayed there, and you talked to Casey about, and it stayed there, and you shared. So God's working for a reason. And then, Samwana, you opened up here one day with things that, I wouldn't, or yeah, I think it was on this channel that you shared. So if if Kimmy, or if Rebecca, or anybody, or me, we're doing these face to face, I think it's a time for sharing. It's a time for saying, I understand. Good morning. Yeah, MawMaw got woke up by Traci.
No, I'm sorry.
But, it is, I think, a time for sharing. And I told somebody yesterday that some of the things the person I was talking about later on, I said, well, it's so strange. I said, because, one of the things that keeps coming up in church that we have, I said, is brokenness and depression, suicidal thoughts. I said, all these things are what we have been talking about on the platform. So I gave them what Casey had gave me printed off yesterday, and I said, here, read this. Go back and watch what we did yesterday. And I said, because it's the time I really feel like God's reaching out to, drawing people to let them know you're not alone. And I talked to, my daughter yesterday, and I'm praying she comes by today and we can just hang out in a easy, restful day. But, he's trying to, let me put it this way. In my heart right this moment, I feel like God is trying to gather his precious people, and those that feel broken, and they feel alone, and they feel all these things that are keeping them from peace. I feel like he's going to pour out his spirit and mend the brokenness, so that way we can tell other people. We need to be empowered to tell other people. We've got to reach as many people as we can. And it does say in the Bible, and I wasn't meaning to make this by no way take over like what Casey does, but he tells me to be bold. So I'm going to see what they hear. He wants us to be bold. He's fixing us. He wants us to find other people that are broken. And sometimes it's in small groups. Are you serious again? All right, let me see something. Am I back okay? All right, am I okay now, you guys? Okay, because I switched over to Casey's. Yeah, they fell asleep. So it does say, in the last days, we've got to be that and go back and, go through and tell the people that are so lost, tell the people that, ask you, hey, do you have $1? And, if you have it, give it, what does it hurt to give $1? And, just give it with love. I met somebody bringing a bell one morning. She was just ringing the bell, for Salvation Army at our Kroger store. And it was so freezing. Oh, it was so cold that morning. And, I went and got her something to drink and brought it back. And, I thought, well, I wonder if she'll, accept this from a stranger. And by the end of the, near Christmas, when she was wrapping up, doing the bell ringing for the Salvation Army, she called me up. She said, wait, I've got something for you. And it was a cafe latte candle and a card. And do you know what was so special? That meant she had to think of me. I'll be on with you. I'll make sure, Kimmy, at 1:30, because we do want others to hit their marks. But even my daughter said, Mama, that means she looked through and found something just for you, just because you brought her a coffee. I said, yeah. I said, and we're on Facebook, and every now and then I do a shout out to her. You guys know what? I'm not even at 100, but I had rather Porch Church Network. I had rather see the Porch Church Network grow than myself. And I think Casey doesn't look at his numbers. He's got to do, I think, today or tomorrow, a friend mail and giveaway. And a giveaway for his 200 mark, but he's over 200 now. So I'm talking to myself.
To yourself.
No. Glory, you done been out. But if Mama wants to open that door for you, that's fine. But it has not been that long since I opened that door for you. Huh?
I know it hadn't been long. So,
But I noticed Casey really doesn't look at his numbers.
yeah.
But he gets excited over the Porch Church Network numbers. And I look at the numbers and for him. Yeah, I understand that, Cricket. I do. I understand that. And, we'll all try to be there. I just felt bad because I couldn't hang with Todd the whole night. But the first thing I did the next morning was, boom, turned it on and see what his numbers was. And I got so excited about it. Get her, Rebecca. Rebecca's the one when my thing went down and she said, get back on. So I was like, okay. What look, Cricket. It took me a while to do this. I know you guys probably think I've been told, oh, you're a natural, but it was kind of hard for me to do this. Kimmy, I can see that. I can see you as being shy. I really can. And I guess, like I said, I have the highs and lows, and yesterday I was not high, not from medicine, but from having a good time, And today I'm a little bit more somber, but in school and stuff, I guess. And see, I can't, when Rebecca has told me it's hard for her, sometimes you don't know how hard it is for somebody to go online. And really, the only reason for me was I had to get over my looks. I had to get over the way I look and the way I sound. But other than that, I love meeting people. I'm not shy about meeting people. And I'm not shy about, like I said, I could stand in a room of 1,000 people and walk up and give a story if ever there is a time. Yes. And you're right, Kimmy, because what if somebody comes across any of our videos, any of them, just like I come across Traci's and just like I came across Peggy's out of the blue, took everybody else's notifications, and here I get a notification popped up, and I'm like, oh, okay, I did stuff to her. Let me see what's going on. And she was going to come off YouTube. So different times in our life, God brings people together. So, we don't know who comes across our videos. And yeah, change it. What do you tell me, Rebecca? You made me jump back in here and to just do it. Do you guys know how hard it was? I think I told you when Casey that I was having a panic attack as Casey was going through the house, and I was being filmed. And when I first started doing this, sitting by myself, you couldn't see my hands. One morning I had a bracelet, and in that bracelet, I kept turning it around and around in my hand. And one day, I absolutely was so nervous when we were in there in case it was dehorting, and I was sitting there talking to you guys. It's a nervous thing to pick, to sit there and pick and pick. I had my whole thumb sore, and it was bleeding, and I didn't even realize it because when you're face to face with somebody, you see expressions. You see, you go by body language, you go by, its expressions and stuff like that. But when it's this way, you don't know what people are thinking. I mean, you could say anything, but you don't know how somebody's feeling unless you look at, you don't know how somebody is feeling without looking at their face. What night was it, Rebecca, that you stayed up real late and MawMaw tried to stay up with you? But there's a lot of night owls out there. There are a lot of people like MawMaw. She would get on with Sandy. It was Monday night. Well, yeah. Now with Kevin, when he's here, there's MawMaw. When he's here at
who you talking to?
Leticia, Rebecca, and shame on Rebecca keeping you up so late. I had to tell the nurse when MawMaw looked half dead, I said, look, she stayed up all night.
She didn't do it.
I said, she stayed up all night. But that's when, MawMaw started going in on helping Sandy, so Sandy could work and MawMaw taught while she worked. And then Thelma does that for Sandy. And Rebecca said you're a party animal. Yeah. See you guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So everybody's saying, hey, MawMaw.
Hello.
But I stay up a little bit later now sometimes, so I'll put my earbud in because you guys, my husband's having a hard time, and I know, Rebecca, you'll understand. I keep telling him to go to the doctor because I'm worried about his potassium. He's having too many body cramps all
Well, he
over.
goes, but you don't tell him everything.
I told him to go to another doctor.
Oh, he needs to.
And take a nap. Yeah. Mama, Rebecca sends her love. Good morning again, Eva.
So I send some back to him.
But I told my husband last night he was hurting. And I told him, I said, well, he was afraid to eat, and Eva sends friends. He was afraid to eat, afraid that the cramp was going to catch him. And I told him, but men are different about going to the
What
doctor.
are you doing on this table?
And eat bananas. I have some bananas over here. And Kevin drinks so much water during the day. And as you drink water, of course, that sweats out. I didn't think about that, Kimmy, about sub, unsub, and then sub back. Well, pickle juice is good, but you think about the sodium in pickle juice, Rebecca, and he's on, blood pressure medicine.
No, all that salt.
Because, and a friend of mine, her husband worked for, I guess he still works for the railroad, and he would be out there hot and sweating. And he used to keep pickle juice. Well, all that pickle juice caused him to have kidney stones. And that is what the doctor said caused his kidney stones was all the pickle juice. So he had to stop doing that. But our men, they don't take care of themselves like they need. We're out of butter.
I don't need butter.
Okay. Oh. I mean, it's not like women are hypochondriacs and we just go for everything. But as soon, it's okay, Mama, you can leave it. But as soon as we get a certain age, we have to go, for regular checkups. And I think that is why women live longer than men. But for, going back to when somebody comes across our videos, Leticia and Cricket, Eva, any of you, Traci and Peggy, I'm getting better at names, Mama. Somebody will come across it. You'll meet a new friend. Maybe they're shut-in. There's so many people that are, shut-ins. I had to go lay down yesterday after everything. And by the time I get in bed, I'm hurting all over. And it might not show on my face when I'm talking to you guys, but Mama knows it, and Keithan knows it, and Casey recognizes it. So, like I gave the analogy yesterday of a soda can just feeling like somebody's taking my shoulders. That was before my shoulder surgery. I mean, that's just how my body feels from head to toe. Not every day. I have good days. Yesterday, yeah, I was sore and tired, but you know what? The Lord just blessed me so much yesterday that, I just felt full from top to bottom. And then Kimmy sent me that little singing girl that just touched my heart. Did you get to see it, Mama? You didn't get to see. Look, go on my Facebook. Kimmy sent me a little girl singing. It's animated. It's Kimmy's voice.
Oh,
Oh, it's so. I
bet
told-
that is true.
I told her I smiled so much my face hurt.
I know that feeling.
And this morning, I mean, here I am all teeth, and I always try not to, do the big smile thing. But just thinking about it, Kimmy, I can't help it. Casey, anytime, and even my friend yesterday, Julie, if I take a picture and I smile real big, she said, retake. She said, tone it down a little bit. Casey would call me Kim Jong. And I'm not talking about a woman. He's talking about the premier.
Chinese man.
No, he's Korean. He's over Korea. So yes, Casey's always made fun of me because if I smile too much, my eyes, all teeth, and it was funny yesterday. We're going to have a family reunion in July, and somebody commented on my picture yesterday. A bunch of people did. My picture when I said I was waiting for my girl, waiting on my date. And I took a selfie outside in the chair. And a cousin said, okay, I will tell him. But so this one of my cousins, and I've got to figure out how all this stuff works, and go back and figure out how these people are kin to me. He said, maybe I should know you, but your name, I don't recognize your name. And I sent him a private message because he's on my friends list. I sent him a private message and I told him who I was. And I said, and if you go to my profile and see my profile picture, I said, that's me and my two sisters. I said, you don't remember me as being, I said, there is blonde under this red with a touch of gray. I said, but you'll see. So yeah, he sent me back a message. He said, I have not seen you since you was a child. He said, I got it. I understand now. And I told him, I said, yeah, there's reasons sometimes people can't do their real, profile. Everybody did know me as the other name. And then I'm like, no, I got to go back to the other profile. I got to use Norca's profile. And I have the other one. But you guys, I don't feel like that person anymore. I thought about it last night. So when I'm able to bring back my profile, I just don't feel like I'm that person. Does that make sense, MawMaw?
No, because you still are.
But it's almost like the Norgus part of stepping out this way brought back
Childhood.
yes, and took my depression out of the way.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. So the part of wanting to make things and the part of me that the creativity part. The other part of me was I worked, I went to work, I came in and I did things but I have a lot of my friends I work with now on this and on is Facebook rather. And if they watch this, they'll say, she ain't changed none. That's how she's always been. Well, thank you, Leticia, because what you see is what you get. And MawMaw will tell you. MawMaw, I wasn't firing on all my rounds this morning.
Oh, really?
My rose nylon was not working. and I wasn't firing on all my neurons. And, you know, my superhuman powers left yesterday, and I've got to recharge my battery today. And I say that, and Kimmy, you actually have a battery. I told MawMaw, and I knew I could say this, Kimmy. I told MawMaw, I said, oh, you'll love Kimmy. I said, when they put that pacemaker in, I said, they gave her a fully charged battery. I said, they gave her one where the little rabbit is doing his little drum. And I said, that's Kimmy.
But don't y'all get tired sometimes from all the motion?
Well, you know, I have to move and bend.
Well,
and
yeah, but not like Kimmy.
Kimmy's probably like me. You know, she talks with her hands.
Yeah.
So, and Kimmy said all caps, yes, they did. So, you know, yesterday,
I love them.
Mama says she loves you guys, all of you. She's going to head back to her room. You know, one time in band camp,
Oh my goodness.
Kimmy said, love you too, Mama.
And they probably too young to remember the one time.
No, we all have, there's all different age groups in here, Mama.
Oh, well, yeah.
When I started working with MawMaw, and okay, when I started in the mill with MawMaw, now I started at 17, 16, and then I went back to school because I quit a year and went back and graduated and worked weekend shift. See, all right, so always animated. I guess there's some kind of Italian in me because I've always and that's why if I have, who made fun of me? Adam, when I had the paintbrush in my hand and I was talking, then I was over there painting. Sometimes I'll have a knife in my hand and I get to talking, you know, and I'll be doing something. Casey said, you're really making me nervous with that knife. You need to stop. But anyway, going back to when I met MawMaw and I'm working, and I forget what had happened the night before because we did weekend shifts. So we did 12 hours. We do 12 hours Saturday night, 12 hours Sunday night, and then be off the rest of the week. Or either she might have been doing regular. I think MawMaw was just doing regular 7 days weekend. 7 days third shift. And I can't remember what happened, but when the big boss come in, the manager, he walked through, I walked up to him, and because my mom and them knew him and my dad knew him and he knew my sister, you know, I had a cotton mill family, you know, that's what we had around here until they all went belly up. So he come up to me and I'm like, I had this face and I'm doing this and I am doing this, and I'm talking, and he goes, and when he did, I go, and he got laughing. He said, I wondered if you could talk without using your hands. And I just gave him what for, you know. I just would talk to him like anybody else, and I just blessed him out. And so I do talk with my hands, and I'm very animated. So it's strange that those are the things that hurt. My right hand, you know, I don't notice sometimes until like yesterday. The swelling, the ache, and I'm rethinking my paintbrushes. I will be, I think, putting the round rubber things on them, like you can put on pens like these, because ink pens like this hurt my hands too. I have to find things that flow easy. I was in Walmart one day, and this is going with aches and pains, and women in here that if you're not at work or, even if you are at work and you're sitting there and you can barely be still because, oh my goodness, your back hurts, your legs hurt. You can prop your legs up just so much and, or try to stand up from a computer chair. But I was in there really looking for something I could use for my ink pens. It had gotten to where it hurt so bad for me to write with my ink pens. And I'm just standing there and, some random gentleman's over there and I just get to talking to him. And I told him, I said, I'm trying to find something. I said, because my hands hurt all the time. And I said, so I'm trying to find something that would be easy on my arthritis. And he probably looked at me and thought, don't nothing look wrong with you. That's probably what he thought. Or he might have thought, oh my gosh, why do women feel the need to speak to people in Walmart? But I do. I talk to people in Walmart. And I have been blessed by people in Walmart. I have gotten some of the best hugs and prayers over me. One time it was because I was looking for a Keurig. Yes, I was looking for a Keurig coffee maker. And I froze. Nobody's saying anything. I'm afraid that I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, what if I'm not live? What if I'm just sitting here talking to my reflection? Which, okay, that's good. I think that could be therapeutic too. But I was looking for a Keurig. Ours broke. And you guys, the worst thing in the world was when my husband's boss gave him a Tassimo. Best coffee in the world. Oh my goodness. We would spend $40 on Tassimo coffee. And I quit making pot coffee, as I call it. Then it broke and everything was Keurig. And, we couldn't find the Tassimo. Everything was Keurig. So we started Keurig. Well, Kevin told me, he said, well, for your Christmas, we don't do Christmas presents. Not really. We broke. But he said, well, find us another Keurig. We need another one. So I'm looking and I comparative shopping in Walmart. And the end of the aisle said one thing. But they had them another place that said nothing. So I stopped a woman. Cold coffee. You guys, I like cold coffee. And I like hot coffee. I don't like lukewarm. Sort of like going back to the church. You're not supposed to be lukewarm. God tells you, don't be lukewarm. But so anyway, I'm standing there and I stopped this, random woman. She's got on the Walmart jacket. And I say, excuse me. Well, good. I'm glad I'm tickling your guys' eardrums today. I said, excuse me. I said, I see this coffee maker says this right here. But now around the corner down there, it says another. And she says, well, if it says this price, this is the price you're going to get it at. So then she stopped somebody else. And she asked them, I'm slow, you guys, about my left arm. So she asked somebody else about it. And they said, well, let us check. But they do have that policy. If it is on a marked down aisle, marked down place, they have to sell it to you for that. So I'm standing there and, I'm talking to this woman and I said, it's sad. I'm so broke. I said, I had to come out because I'm no longer able to work and function. And I said, and here I am buying a coffee maker. I said, but that's going to be our luxury item. And I said, and I'm so broke. I said, all I can afford are hugs. I said, basically that, God's been good to me. And I tell everybody, look at me. I'm eating. I'm not losing weight. So God's feeding me. And I told her, I said, so, God's been good because you know what? I'm about to buy a coffee maker. And she said, just out of the blue, she said, can I hug you? She said, I just want to hug you and say for God to bless you. I said, oh, honey, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I will take those hugs. And sometimes when somebody hugs you and they hug you, like Casey said, spirit to spirit. Hey, Dab Kitty, Sparkle. I don't know real names. I'm sorry. But so anyway, like Casey said, the strings of the spirit. But when she hugged me, it felt so good. It really did. And I told her, I said, thank you so much. I said, you just don't know how much I needed a hug. And how much you standing here talking to me and you being another godly woman. And then we had two more come up, the associates, and I think that's what they call Walmart workers. We stood there and just talked about God and Jesus and blessings. And so I'm sure if somebody was watching the camera, they were probably thinking, I wish that darn woman would just leave because she's holding our people up. So, wherever, you don't have to hug people. Not everybody's a hugger. Casey does not even shake hands. When a doctor puts his hands out to shake Casey, he says, I don't shake hands. So, everybody's not the same. But I am a hugger. And when it's laid on somebody's heart to hug me, hi, Darlene B again. There was a monster in the machine. Knocked me out. So that's why sometimes you guys, I try to send virtual hugs. They're not the same. But I hope you feel it. Because I don't just, if I look for a gift, the GIF to send you guys, I'll grab just one. I try to look through them and really put thought to how I feel and what I want to send you. So real hugs feel so good to me. Now, for me to hug somebody right now, I have to do the sideways hug. Even this arm, raising it this much hurts. But now yesterday, I think my arms were all over the place. And when Rebecca said for people to raise their hands and praise the Lord, yes, I had to. I had to go back old school Baptist, Pentecostal Baptist, and raise my arms in praise and worship. But, putting on shirts or taking them off yesterday, but I'll get there. And then God let me know yesterday when you prayed for, okay, is Dad Kitty Nicole? Kimmy, is Nicole? So, okay, Nicole. So, I prayed for a miracle. I wanted to be miraculously where, I could raise my arms and I could raise my arms in praise. Well, I raised them yesterday in praise. But God really got me about my attitude of going to physical therapy. I don't hear voices. Well, I have heard things. I have heard my name called before, but God will speak to your spirit and you say, okay, God, I get that. So, he pretty much let me know you have to put in the work. You have to have a better attitude going into physical therapy. those guys don't want to waste their time. And I need to be the same person you guys see. I need to be the same positive person when I walk in there, and not a difficult patient, not somebody when they see, oh my gosh, here she comes, she's going to complain. So that is my prayer, you guys, Friday when I go back to physical therapy, that I go in with a godly mindset that, okay, God, I'm willing to work. I'm willing, I've got to put the work in on myself. So let me see. I will watch for you guys. And whenever you guys go live, send me a shout out to my Facebook, because I want to be there. Hangout day. I want to help everyone to get. And that's what time, Kimmy? Did you say 2 Central Time or 4? Because once I feed my husband, I always put my earbud in my right ear so I could still hear him. You guys, I just don't. You guys are my subs, and you guys are my peeps right now. And I thought about the Porch Church, and I do want wonderful things out there. Girl, post away. Drop whatever link you want to. What do they say? Drop it while it's hot. Just drop it on in there. You guys promote all you want to. I just felt bad that yesterday that I couldn't, give my support in chat to NASCAR man, because, I want to, support other people. Now, would I want? Well, God's going to use the Porch Church Network in the way He's going to use it. But I love the intimate way of talking to you guys, you guys in the chat. Because when it goes to 300, 400, 500 people logging on and they're in chat, you lose a personal part. And I think, Kimmy, that's what. Yeah, and that was great, Darlene. Anytime you guys want to do that. Rebecca, look, take your nap. Take your nap. You've got to take care of yourself. But, I watched Kimmy do a live video one day just explaining herself, and I'm like, okay. And of course, I couldn't wait to see Hip Mama. I used to, oh my gosh, I'd have my computer ready. So when she rode to work, and it was Mama and Tommy in the mornings, I loved it. I loved that. And, yeah. So if a little bit of painting and a little bit of making what do you call them, a sweater? What they call those things? A sweater to keep your sweater together, you guys. That's so pretty though. This was a broken necklace, but the colors are so pretty. So I'm taking broken things and putting them together. Um, Rebecca, you done made me have the look. When you make my forehead do this, and I have a high forehead and my hair's thin and can't cover it up, but when you make my eyebrows go this much over my eyeglasses about what you just typed, I'm giving you this look too. Yes, Tracy, because Miss Rebecca that skipping her meds so she can pay for a laptop kind of order. She cracks a whip. There's been times that Casey wouldn't feel like coming on, and Casey wouldn't feel like, and I'd be like, okay, bub, are we gonna do Bible, study day? I'm tired. I said, okay. Next thing I know, he's up and getting it ready because Rebecca pretty much would tell him, oh, wake up, Buttercup. You best get your butt in gear. You got things to do. So, my prayer today, Rebecca, is going to be that God blesses you with enough money and for God to bless you for your 1,000. And it made me so excited when Todd got his. And you're going to get yours, Rebecca. Just remember the little people. I'm the little people. Okay, how long have I been on this time? Almost an hour on this one. You guys look, when you guys are ready to, tell me I got to go, let me know. And then that way I can rest up a little bit and figure out what I'm going to do for supper. But, oh, well, was you in here yesterday when I got my first troll? Destiny. They said they don't like my voice. What did they say? It's boring or something. But it just made me laugh. I felt so good yesterday. I got my first troll, and I don't know who the other person was. It could have been a legit person. I'm not sure. Oh, wow. You had gotten at 960, Rebecca? Thank you. Thank you, Destiny. But it did tickle me. And I don't know if the other person was a troll or somebody that come across the channel because they really didn't say anything ugly. But I accidentally moderated them and didn't know how to not moderate them. Rebecca, I felt that way when I was on. My husband made me start playing a game with him, some kind of word game where you have to, almost like a crossword game. And I had gotten way up there, and somehow it was on my phone or something happened, and I had to start all over again. I'm like, I try. All right, another physical therapy thing I'm doing to try to stop from losing my words is I will do word things like that where I have to think and where I will have to, and not words with friends. I kind of do that too sometimes, but this way he and I could be like, figure this word out or figure that word out for me. Oh, I don't either, Traci. I don't understand that either, because what? You can't tell me 60 people decided, I'm just going to come off our channel. But Destiny, you have an energy too. You and your husband, you guys have a presence. And then your child, precious. And, you know, it's like this. And like I told Casey, you know, if somebody doesn't like you, the internet, it is a tired energy. Okay. But let me know when you're going, you guys are going to go live. Let me know. You know, shoot me a text so that way then I can rest. I can go in my bedroom and kind of lay down and rest my body. I'm not doing that enough, you guys. Bye, Kimmy. I love you. I'm not resting enough during the day. And, you know, it tells on me at night. And then I can't, you know, I can't sleep good. But, you know, I said there's so many people that are on the internet or come to the internet. Hey, Rosie's Closet, welcome. I'm just sitting here talking to my computer. But, you know, Destiny, you know, I met you on Mama's channel. I met Leticia. I met Kimmy. I met all of you guys. And so that means I came across you guys somehow. But if you guys didn't want to hear me talk, or, you know, okay, Crystal is Rosie's Closet. Okay. Then you guys wouldn't be here. And, you know, but I always say, you know, like-minded people kind of find each other. And, you know, just since I don't know if I would have been doing this had I not been told by several people, just do it, you know. You are, Rebecca, on several levels. Several levels, Rebecca. Several layers. But, you know, and, you know, we talk about women empowering. Oh, no. See, I'm going to say it again. And I'm going to do I need to do something like they used to do in Romper Room when they had that mirror that didn't have a glass in it. Most of us too young for that. But anyway, they made you know that you were there. So anyway, I call it the Crawley Vortex. Once you're here, you're sucked into the Crawley Vortex. And you're here, you know, you're here. You could get mad at me and leave or whatever, but there's still a part of you here in this kitchen. You know, the kitchen is the heart of our home. And you know what? I don't understand that. I did not know until Francis told me that you can't. Oh, you're in the cracker box. Hey, Eva. So now every time I see that cracker box, I'll think of you, Eva. Go pee, honey. But I'll let you go pee. But anyway, our kitchen is the heart of the house. If anything needs to, we sit down and have family meeting, or somebody's upset, and I'll tell them, well, come on in, we'll fix some coffee. So it might start here, and then we might take the coffee to the front porch. So the coffee in the front porch is the heart. Those are the heart and soul, I think, of the house. But I don't understand why the SUV word, or I just don't understand. So, and you can't break out in Ring My Bell song because, it's copyright infringement. But it doesn't make me want to sing, just break out in that song. But, I think I mentioned this in the other one. Casey played a song and he said, they'll flag it. They might take me down. Oh, I got you. But Casey said, I feel the need to play this song. They might take the video down and flag it because of copyright. So Casey played a song in a couple of days ago in Porch Church Network. And if any of you guys, Rosie, any of you guys, can somebody put that link in for me? The Porch Church Network. If you guys have ever seen geisha treasures in any of the jewelry stuff, that's my son. That's Casey. But anyway, he played that song and he told me later, he said, it did get flagged, Mama, but they said it was okay. So they let him keep the chat up, and they let him. I'm sorry, I just stopped. I had to see what my dog was chewing on. Oh, I see, Rosie. But yeah, if somebody could please put up the Porch Church Network link, because since I'm live and not in Google Hangout, I can't switch over and do it myself. But yeah, I mean, you guys are. I love Rosie's Closet. I just love that. That just sounds cheerful to me. That's kind of, I don't know. That might be a little bit, if the closet sounds comforting to me. But then, I did get the story of when I was a kid, I'm running. I would have to do that, not on YouTube, but I would have to do that in a private, on Facebook, a picture. Because there was this man he was like a hillbilly. Bye, Leticia, I love you. Thank you, Rebecca. And for any of you that's never come in on the network, the Porch Church Network, that's the link. But there was a man that showed his. And they came. Well, the first one died. She was so old. And she'd dance with them, and the videos were out there. And it was precious. Well, then there was a baby one. They came and took it. I mean, the man lived in the woods. And the video was precious. But yeah, so, if you have a squirrel, if you have a raccoon, if you have if a skunk wandered up on you and it decided it wants to be your friend and wants you to feed it, you know, people will report you. And then you know what happens to those precious wildlife animals? They take them and they kill them. They take them and they test them for rabies, and there's only one way to test for rabies in animals, and that's to cut their heads off and test their brains. So the only person I know personally, there was a man in the Salem area, kind of where the tornadoes of last month come through, or earlier this month. He had a permit for animals. Like, he had some deer, where if there was an injured deer, a baby deer, he could take it in and he could mend it and either let it go if it was able, or he kept them there. So when the children were real little and we would go to my mom and dad's in the country, we would stop by there sometimes. He also had horses and goats, but the deer, beautiful. The kids got to see the deer up close and personal. But, I also know a buck. To keep a buck is very dangerous, because there was a YouTube video out there about a man that he raised a buck in the house, and then as it got bigger, he had a pen. And when that buck went into what we call heat, all right, MawMaw will have to get that because there's no number showing up. But anyway, he lived way out in the country, and the deer go in rut, when they're like the female doe are in heat, the males go in rut, and it attacked them and killed them. Yeah. You guys, I'm gonna get off the phone. I love you guys. Let me know. Hello? Yes? Yes. I'll be there. All right, bye. Oh, you guys. They wanted to what did I say about rehab? They wanted to make sure that I was going to be in rehab tomorrow. So, yes, and I'm going to go in with bells on and a better attitude. The closest I come to a big gator, I told you, Rebecca, I said yesterday, was the iguana. And that's as close to that I've ever come. But I do think I'm going to get off. It's 11:48. And I'm going to get out of this straight back chair with no cushion in it. My mail runs typically, Darlene, about 1:30, 2 o'clock Eastern time. Eva, those guys in there, all they do is talk football. I mean, like, when they give you something to do, you have to do that, but then they're talking football and stuff like that. But you know what? Speedy recovery. And hi, Koala Cuisine. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about darts. All right, so that, yeah. So yeah, I guess I can. If my healing, I will pray that my healing will be a speedier recovery. That as they see that, oh, you're doing great, I'll say yes. God, through God, God is blessing me. So you're right. I am glad, Eva, you told me that. And I'm not going in there gloom and doom. But koala cuisine. That makes me think of eating koala bears. Where are you from, koala? If you don't mind sharing where you're from. From and where is that, in the United States or another country? I'm curious. Oh, Eva. Oh, Morocco. Okay. Well, welcome. Welcome to the United States, koala. Yeah, Mama's been in there sniggling, giggling. She's been, what do you call it? She's been in there in the background, lurking. Yeah, yeah, Mama's been lurking. Oh, is my son okay? See, Mama jumps in here right as I'm losing. I am losing steam and getting tired, too tired to talk. Okay, so when I go in there to rest, I'll be able to look you up, koala. Sometimes we too many times think, somebody is just a troll, or they're, but everybody's not. Oh, cooking videos? That'll be fun because one of the favorite videos that me and my son did was cooking chili. And I really have to get up the ingredients to do Brunswick stew, like I said. And Casey and I get in here and do that because I can't do it by myself, and I really will have to tell him what to do, and how to do it. I might even have to make MawMaw come in here. Xshydovex is who we call MawMaw Walla. That's my mother-in-law. She's in the other room. MawMaw, you just used the S word. Oh, you can if you're okay. So see, I'll put MawMaw to work in here at the table, chopping onions and stuff like that. So I'll put her to work, and we will do a Brunswick stew. Not the old Southern way. I'm not taking a hog head and boiling it. That's gross to me. I don't eat anybody's unless I know how they cook it. I'm not putting no hog head in my nothing. We bought one for the neighbor. I'm serious, darling. We were in the meat. We used to go to the meat market and get all these meats for the deep freezer, and so. And then usually I would do a big thing of chili to freeze and a big thing of Brunswick stew to freeze. And then my husband had to buy a hog head for the back door neighbor to do his Brunswick stew outside over a fire. And he used MawMaw's, gosh, MawMaw, whose pot, the black pot that's on the back deck, that's what they used. And it was like huge. And oh, that was just gross. And Keevan my husband showed it on Facebook, the hog head floating in it. No. Nope. Traci, I'd probably like non-leavened bread as well. I like all kind of bread. It's Rebecca, the hog head is popular, I think, everywhere. If you go in our Piggly Wiggly up the road, they have everything pig related. They have the snouts, they have the ears, they have the toes, they have the chitlins, they have everything of the hog, and it's just I don't know. MawMaw non-leavened bread is just like flat bread. Alabama. Yeah, located in Alabama. Ugh. But yeah, my mom still eats pickled pig feet, and that's gross, but you know. Uh, I mean, I guess if I didn't have to see it, I wouldn't know. But I don't know. I mean, basically, I just in general use regular stuff. I've never even heard of head cheese. So Rosie, you guys would give me something to watch. Ooh, Darlene. I can't wait to tell my husband. I cannot wait to tell my husband. That, oh my goodness. I just can't. So, Darlene, have you always lived where you were? Because that's country folks that do that. But our grandparents came from a time that they couldn't afford to waste anything. And I understand that's where it come from. See? And that's what they did. Destiny, you learn something new every day. You'll have to go up to the chat and you can see for yourself what Darlene B said. We were talking about Brunswick stew, homemade Brunswick stew that I guess me and Casey will do a cooking video on. And what, some people use a hog head, and then we got in that subject. So, yeah. It always felt like the country down here until they built the city thing across the street, because we had both last house on the left and this last house on the right. And it, four-wheelers, below us is nothing but woods. And then it goes, hey, be the difference. So we would jump on four-wheelers and ride to the river. So the river actually separates us from Georgia. So it always felt, I mean, we see all types of animals come up. Fox, oh, beautiful fox, raccoon. Let me think of all of them. Deer. Oh, there will be so many deer that will run through. And we're considered the city, but like I said, we have woods all the way to the river. So bobcats, haven't seen one, but we heard one. And one night I called the police because I thought a woman was screaming and being murdered, and I was scared. And I called the police, and and this was like 1 o'clock in the morning. It woke me up. I was so embarrassed. It was a bobcat in our area. So we also get to see eagle. We get to see hawks, very many hawks. So, see a mountain lion, and see you're in the country. We're not considered country, but there was a mountain lion, and I think they travel 100 miles or can their territory. Yeah, a friend of mine took a picture. A friend I worked with, and she, put it on Facebook. There was a mountain lion after her horses, and one of her horses had just had a baby. And and coyotes. I don't like coyotes, you guys. They chase away the fox. And we had, now the mountain lion, I don't know what happened with that, but the coyotes, there was a whole group of coyotes that was going around killing, people's animals in our, how you say it, vicinity. So I can't stand them. I can't stand coyotes. I really never see coyote that looks good. Yeah, Eva. I mean, they're looking for food, basically. They're just looking for food, like any of the other nighttime animals that's out there roaming around. The cute little bunnies, I don't see as much anymore because we do, like I said, have the fox, and we do have the what did I say, the hawks, and we have the eagle. Yeah, I don't like armadillos either. Down here they call them possum on a half shell, because people down here eat possum too. I don't eat possum. I've heard that too, Rebecca, and maybe that's where a lot of the uh, cats that end up with bobtails. But I love to see fox. Yeah, if you have small dogs, and if they're outside, and I love the squirrels. We love watching all the wildlife. When I started putting out scraps, I called it the raccoon tree, big, huge oak tree, and I put scraps out and watch, and the raccoon would open the lid because it'd be an ice cream, an ice cream thing with a lid on it, and the raccoon would open the lid, and then of course the raccoons would eat. and the huge possum would stand back and wait his turn or her turn. And then they would go eat. And then I would see the next day, whatever was left, there was a pregnant fox. My mom could not stand squirrels because they would dig up her flowers. I like the chipmunks. I love seeing the chipmunks. Our prayer stump outside that we have prayer rocks on. There was chipmunk. There was a little chipmunk that was getting up there, and I haven't seen it lately. But we could look out our bedroom window and just see all kind of things. I need to go because I'm tired. Pixie, I'm so Destiny, I'm tired. I really am. So you know what? I'm going to say I do, and I love you, and I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Well, yeah, Casey will have church tomorrow for sure. I might come on tomorrow morning and I might not. But I love you guys, and I'm looking forward to looking up some of you guys and watching some of your videos. All right, you guys. Bye. Have a great day.